Okay, we're starting just a couple of minutes late, so I think that's pretty good given, I'm going to take this off to be able to talk, given the situation of, the last 36 to 48 hours we know have been long and difficult for everybody that's in this room and a lot of other people in our community. So we want to thank everybody that is here today and that is watching, for watching and for being here today. We're going to obviously talk about the latest round of protests in our streets that happened last night in the wake of Friday night's protests. Here to speak about that, the preparation and response to that, will be first Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler. He will be followed by Portland Police Bureau Chief Jamie Resch, Portland Fire and Rescue Division Chief Ryan Gillespie, and then Portland Bureau of Emergency Management Director Mike Myers. So let's get right to it and bring Mayor Ted Wheeler up here to the podium.
Good morning.
By Portland Police
Cities
Bureau
across
Chief
the country,
Resch,
millions
Fire
of
and
people all
Rescue
across the
Division
country are waking up to a dark morning in America. The cause that rallied the country to decry systematic violence and racism against our black friends and neighbors, the death of George Floyd and so many others, has been co-opted by rioters and looters to use the moral soul of this movement as cover to destroy our communities. Minneapolis, Seattle, Chicago, Los Angeles, Atlanta, Denver, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Miami, Milwaukee, all across the country, we continue to witness, and our children continue to witness, a nation in chaos. Our first responders were heroic last night. They were heroic the night before, and I know they will continue to show honor, courage, and professionalism in the days to come. The vast majority of our community was also heroic last night. The hundreds of thousands who stayed home and stayed inside with their families, protected their families. I want to thank you. But the smaller group of agitators and rioters, I'm speaking to you. You're not just burning and destroying someone else's home. You're burning your community too. This is also your home. It no longer feels like sincere mourning for the death of George Floyd and many other black men and women in our country. This behavior that we've seen for the second night is blatant lawlessness and selfish violence. Our first responders had an impossible task last night. So in closing, I want to say this. Yes, last night we saw violence continue to spread throughout our city. But our 911 operators, our police officers, our firefighters, and many others still managed to adapt quickly and prevent many large-scale flare-ups. I know that they saved lives last night, and I know they protected many parts of our community. So I want to take this moment to thank them personally from the bottom of my heart. We acknowledge and join in the deep well of frustration and anger that has acted as a catalyst for so many in our community during this last week. But I ask you that if you truly love this city, if you truly care that your message around injustice be shared, please join me in standing side by side with other black leaders, our city leaders, and others who feel the deep pain by sharing that call and action and that message peacefully. Agitators are not led by a conviction to change systematic racism. They are opportunists using the cover of legitimate protests to sow fear in our communities. With regard to the curfew order, I've already made a decision to extend that curfew order tonight. There'll be more details forthcoming. People should expect that once again it will start at 8 p.m. Thank you.
Okay, our next panelist will be Portland Police Bureau Chief Jamie Resch, and I want to remind folks, if you have any questions, to hold them until after our panelists have spoken, and then we'll take your questions.
Good morning. I'm Jamie Resch, Chief of the Portland Police Bureau. When I went off on my mandatory furlough leave, I left a city that was on the precipice of reopening. Within the space of a few days, we have seen our city damaged by a group of selfish individuals. While we watched other cities across the country experience violence and looting, we had no indications that Portland would experience similar devastation. We understood and acknowledged the heightened emotion, though, and had made preparations with the priority of preserving life and property. On a beautiful Friday evening, about 1,000 people peacefully gathered in Peninsula Park and held a vigil to honor the life of George Floyd. After this event, most of the participants left to go home, and several hundred others began marching towards downtown. This quickly evolved into vandalism, a shooting, fires being set in occupied buildings and in the streets, and mass looting and destruction. One individual was shot and sustained non-life-threatening injuries. A police officer was struck by a thrown incendiary device and was injured. These significant crimes were committed by hundreds of individuals over the course of several hours. We used every resource at our disposal, and it was not enough to stop the widespread criminal acts for many hours. Our officers and fire partners worked tirelessly over the course of the night to put out fires, try to disperse the crowd, make arrests, and respond to the additional emergency calls for service. I would like to thank Commissioner Hardesty for her leadership in quick action and preparing the emergency order for curfew, which Mayor Wheeler signed. The declaration of emergency and the implementation of a curfew provided police with an important tool for us to keep Portlanders safe. For Saturday, we were able to plan for a large event and brought in additional resources. The crowds were smaller than the previous night, and police encountered smaller groups of people splintering off. Despite this, we still had significant property damage and made several arrests. I want to reiterate that widespread destruction is unacceptable. Our city has been deeply stained by this ugliness. This watershed event will require those of us who live, work, or visit Portland to reevaluate what we want public safety to look like. Public safety is up to all of us. If we want a safe city, we have to work together in concert. We cannot permit those who engage in violent acts a pass. To our business community, we know you already have a financial challenge due to the global pandemic. We wish we had more resources and the ability to protect your property from arson and destruction. You comprise the heart of our downtown core. Your relationships with us matter, and we hope this has not marred your commitment to our city. Our partner agencies are providing much needed and appreciated mutual aid in our time of need, and our gratitude is deep. I cannot thank the members of the Portland Fire and Rescue, the Gresham Police Department, the Port of Portland Police Department, Multnomah County Sheriff's Office, Washington County Sheriff's Office, Washougal Police Department, and the Oregon State Police enough. In addition, I want to sincerely thank the dispatchers and the call takers at the Bureau of Emergency Communications for their countless hours of work and support. Thank you to you all. I also want to publicly thank Deputy Chris Davis and my command staff for their leadership Friday night into Saturday morning. I have always had the highest confidence in the command team for the Portland Police Bureau. Their leadership, along with the professional and courageous acts of every member of the Portland Police Bureau team, has only reinforced my confidence and pride. I want to close with a message of hope. Portland has always prided itself in being progressive, unique, and innovative. We are leaders in community policing. This is not a time to model behavior, but to lead by example and to gather peacefully, to heal, and to move forward. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Portland Fire and Rescue Division Chief Ryan Gillespie.
Good morning. My name is Ryan Gillespie, and I'm a Division Chief with Portland Fire and Rescue. I'm a member of Chief Sarah Boone's command staff. Chief Boone asked me to take careful watch of our teams as we responded to multiple emergencies last night. I can tell you it was another busy night for Portland Fire and Rescue in the city of Portland. Last evening, we responded on 5 structure fires, 2 vehicle fires, and 12 dumpster or miscellaneous type fires. Our crews also responded on numerous medical calls. I'm so proud of our firefighters
asked me
for
to take
continuing
careful
to
watch
commit
of our
themselves
teams as
to
we
keep
responded
each
to
and every
multiple
one of us
emergencies
in this
last
city
night.
safe.
I can tell you,
I would like to especially thank our members who volunteered to train and deploy as EMTs and medics with Portland Police Bureau's rapid response teams.
And 12 dumpster.
These
or
members have made a
miscellaneous
special
fires.
commitment to enter dangerous environments side by side with our partners from Portland Police Bureau.
I'm so proud of our firefighters.
They are there
for
to provide
continuing-
medical care to injured people, whether civilian or public safety, and they did their job without hesitation these last 2 nights. I'd like to thank our City of Portland Public Safety partners, Bureau of Emergency Communications dispatchers, American Medical Response, Bureau of Emergency Management, and especially Portland Police and Chief Jamie Resch. Also, thank you to the public safety agencies from outside of the city who have assisted us. We are such a strong community due to the cooperation and professionalism that you saw between these agencies the last
Public
couple of
safety
nights.
partners, Bureau of
Lastly, I'd
Emergency
like to thank Mayor
Communications
Ted Wheeler
dispatchers,
and his
American
team,
Medical
Commissioner
Response.
Joanne Hardesty and her team, and the many civic leaders of our city who have stepped up in support of our community and in support of those who are hurting deeply right now. We at Portland Fire and Rescue would like to ask that we all take a moment to remember that this is our city. Please love and take care of each other. We will get through these challenging times together. Thank you.
And our final speaker today is Portland Bureau of Emergency Management Director Mike Myers. Mike.
Well, good morning, everybody. My name is Mike Myers. I'm the director of Portland Bureau of Emergency Management for the City of Portland. I've been asked to speak today about the response efforts for last night's protest and early Saturday morning's response. I can't do that without framing up some context. Over the last 90 days, your emergency management division, it's about 20 individuals, have been working tirelessly around the clock at the Emergency Coordination Center with a combination of other bureaus across the city of Portland in tight cooperation with Multnomah County Public Health, Multnomah County Emergency Management, working with dozens and dozens of community-based organizations, thousands of hours of volunteer work from our neighborhood emergency teams around Portland to provide basic food assistance, making sure that people can eat, making sure that people have shelter, that our workers, staff have personal protective equipment, that hygiene products are out in the community, that we have rent assistance and mortgage relief, and anticipating an opening potentially in June 12th. And then Friday night, the team has another emergency to handle on top of that. At about midnight, I think things really started to ramp up late Friday night around 11 o'clock. Saturday morning around midnight, 12:30 in the morning, I get a phone call from Commissioner Hardesty who says, "Are you watching this?" I said, "I am." She's in the command vehicle with Sarah Boone. She's meet me at the Operations Center at Fire. We have work to do. By 1 o'clock in the morning, I'm waking up the city attorney to start drafting an emergency declaration and a curfew request. I hear Mayor Wheeler's in the air. We're communicating with him while he's traveling back. We want that curfew order in his hand when he lands on the ground. Things went very, very rapidly in the early morning hours of Saturday. By 1 a.m., I'm on the phone call with the board up companies, the people that have the contract with the Portland Police Bureau and board up. And this is just one out of dozens of contractors we'll work with throughout this weekend. And they're telling me, Mike, we already got this. We're already on top of it. I've got the people power. I've got the equipment. We've got the lumber. We've been watching. We're ready to go. And they hit the street early to start cleaning up and boarding up businesses. I call Chris Warner, the director of Portland Transportation Bureau, Again, around 2 a.m., Chris, the right-of-ways are full of debris. Construction debris, pallets, pylons, burnt cars, everything you can imagine in the right-of-way in Portland. We need our streets cleaned up. Mike, I'm on it. Dump trucks, street sweepers. I get phone calls, Portland Water Bureau, Director Mike Sturr. Mike, anything you need, anything we've got, let us know. We'll get on it, we'll help you. Streets are clean today. Glass and trash. I was able to get out early in the morning, about 5 a.m. Saturday morning, did a drive-through. I needed to get a damage assessment, have some reporting to do. Needed to make sure the mayor knew and Commissioner Hardesty knew what really happened last night. Portland Police Bureau was already on top of it. It was clear, a lot of glass, a lot of trash on the sidewalks. Businesses were going to need help cleaning that up. Make a couple of phone calls again. Maureen Fisher, Downtown Clean and Safe. So Maureen, how do I tell the mayor what we're doing, how we're going to clean up all this glass? She says, Mike, don't worry about it, I already got it. Portland Patrol's out there. They're working with Central City Concern. We'll have this glass and trash cleaned up in no time. I've doubled the efforts. I'm already on it. Tremendous, tremendous work from our partners all over the area, getting this stuff done. Business owners, contractors cleaning up. Graffiti. There's a lot of graffiti out there. I drove from North Martin Luther King south into the downtown area, through the Pearl, Old Town, and then to downtown. It was going to be an immense effort. Over 80 net team volunteers, Civic Life under Suk Ray's direction as the director of Civic Life, the bureau with the City of Portland who helps us with graffiti abatement, put teams together and worked tirelessly throughout the day yesterday to start cleaning up Portland. There's still a lot of work to do. There was damage done last night again, not to the extent of Saturday morning. So we still have some graffiti to work to clean up. We still have some glass to clean up. Right-of-ways look pretty good. I am paid to worry. It's been my job in my career as a fire chief and now as your emergency manager. But I am also ever the optimist. I always see that light at that end of that tunnel. And I was starting to see it during the COVID outbreak and flattening the curve and all the great work that Portlanders did to help us get to where we are at. We're ready to reopen on June 12th. And that light shut a little bit Saturday morning, just a little bit. But I know we can do this, Portland. I've watched it, I've seen it. I've seen the volunteers come, the contractors, the business owners, the nonprofits, the community-based organizations, the bureau, the staff here at the city, the leadership everywhere has stepped up. That light's getting brighter. We can do this, Portland. We can make this city vibrant again, and we're going to do it together. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Director Myers. We're now going to open up the floor for questions, and we ask that you tell us who you are addressing your question to, and then, of course, share the question, and I will repeat it so that viewers out there can hear it as well. Questions in-house here. Noel.
Noel Conley with the Oregonian. Mayor, I'm wondering if you can talk a little bit about damage estimates, the number of businesses damaged and property damage in the city over the weekend, cumulatively.
The question was about estimates around property damage, the number of businesses that were damaged, and the cumulative effect on property over the course of the weekend. Those estimates are still being compiled. I can tell you that the number of businesses that were impacted is in the dozens. I can tell you that the initial rough estimates coming to us from the business community are in the millions of dollars. But those, the specific information will be forthcoming in the days ahead. But it is substantial.
right, does anyone else have any questions for Mayor Wheeler or anyone else? And what we'll do is, once we get one person up here, if you have questions for them, go ahead and share all those questions, and we'll get them answered so that we can do them each one at a time and not have to keep coming back and forth up here. Yes, Rachel.
I have a question for Chief Rush. Yesterday, the deputy chief was saying a big question they have is to what extent is this coordinated, because it seems like an organized effort, and I'm curious to what extent that played out yesterday, or when you guys are still thinking about that.
I'll let you repeat the question.
The question was in relation to a statement that was made yesterday about the actions appearing to be a coordinated event, and what we saw yesterday, last evening. From what I'm being told, the event seemed different than the night before. The participants seemed different than the night before. Obviously, our teams are still working to identify all of those that were involved in causing any type of damage or committing any types of violent acts. But that's what I'm being told so far, is that it appeared to be different in nature.
Any other questions for Chief Resch? Oh, she's up there.
Chief
Yeah.
Noel Crombie, can you talk a little bit about the resources that you've had on the streets both nights? How many officers, and sort of what that looked like?
Right. So on Friday night into Saturday, it was a relatively standard procedure for us. In addition, so last night, what we were able to do is we canceled all days off for all officers. So every Portland police officer that was available was working last night. We also brought in the additional resources from the other agencies that I mentioned earlier. And we were able to use them to augment either backfill for call-taking resources, facilities, safety, or their crowd management resources if they had them. Some agencies have them.
And as far as the protesters, do you know, are the folks that you at least taken into custody, are they from Portland, or are they from the region? Can you talk a little about that?
I don't have the location from where everybody is from, but I do know that it has been a mix. Some have been locally and some have been from out of town.
Any other questions?
Thank you.
Any other questions for anyone else on the panel this morning? Well, then that will conclude this morning's press conference. I want to remind reporters that the mayor will be hosting another press conference later today. I have shared the information with members of the media, but if you have any more questions about that, go ahead and feel free to reach out to me. He's going to be joined by community leaders to talk about the impacts of these demonstrations and protests in our black communities. Thank you.